Welcome to the Mommy Zen Podcast with Marianne Clyde.
Hi, this is Marianne Clyde, and welcome to another episode of the Mommy Zen Podcast. Our affirmation for today is, I find something to be thankful for in every situation. You know, teaching our kids to be grateful is an important task of parenting. As a matter of fact, in my book, Peaceful Parenting, 10 Essential Principles, practicing gratitude is principle number 6. So as it is with all principles of peaceful parenting, we as the parents have to learn to first incorporate them into our own lives before we can expect our kids to follow suit. A genuinely authentic person is going to master, or at least be in the process of mastering, whatever it is that he or she is teaching. I understand it's difficult in the midst of a crazy holiday schedule to remember all the principles, but here they are just for your reference. Number 1, connect with your Creator. Number 2, know your true identity. Number 3, nurture awareness. Number 4, just breathe. Number 5 is respect. Number 6 is practice gratitude. Number 7 is limit judgments. 8 is detach. 9 is communicate clearly. And 10 is forgive quickly. I delve pretty deeply into each of them in my book, and even more so in the powerful program From Chaos to Calm in 30 Days. And you can check that out at the end of this podcast if you like. But for now, let's just concentrate on practicing gratitude. When you're fighting with your spouse, or you've reminded them for the umpteenth time about something they can never seem to remember, when they hurt our feelings or break our trust, it's really difficult to remember to be grateful. And the same goes with the kids. When they're running through the house, pulling each other's hair, screaming because someone snatched a toy, or defiantly stomp off to their room because they didn't get their way, it's hard to remember to be grateful. Well, that's why it's so important to practice gratitude, to make an effort daily to at least remember things you're thankful for. For example, sometimes just making the effort to come up with a list of 10 things to be grateful for before we get out of bed in the morning, or as we lay our heads on our pillow at night before we drift off to sleep. Create the habit of listing things that you're grateful for. If you're having trouble with a spouse or partner, or child or boss or neighbor, it's particularly helpful to list 10 things about that particular person that you really do appreciate, or that you can be thankful for. Sometimes it's a difficult exercise, but there's always something, even if it's only the opportunity to build your own character. Developing this habit will help you get the gears in your brain turning in a more positive direction. We all know that concentrating on the negative and rehearsing what makes us angry only causes us to become angrier and more negative. It never has a positive outcome. When you're focused on the negative and stress hormones get released all throughout your body, you actually weaken your immune system and poison the atmosphere around you, sucking in everyone into your immediate surroundings. It's not helpful for anyone. The question is not whether you have a reason to be angry or not, or whether the other person did something hurtful or stupid or annoying. The question is, how can I rid myself of these bad feelings before they become toxic to my mind and body? The answer? Gratitude. Get into the habit of looking for positive things, to appreciate your surroundings, to appreciate the people in your life, the lessons you're learning, the growth experience of it all. There is always something to be grateful for. You can't blame your children for whining if you whine. You can't be annoyed with your kids for being negative if you're negative. And you can't expect them to change if you're stuck. So first work on your own gratitude habit, and then help your kids develop his or hers. Thanksgiving's not the only time of year to be grateful, but it sure is a good time for a reminder. So here are some suggestions to use the holiday to kickstart your family's gratitude habit. Number 1, around the dinner table, ask each family member and or guest to say something they appreciate about the person to their right. Then take turns going all the way around the table, and then try reversing directions. Number 2, ask each person to just say something that they're grateful for in general. Number 3, when you're baking muffins or biscuits, give the kids all little strips of paper and a pencil and have them write something they're thankful for on each little strip, and then bake them into the muffins so that every muffin has a surprise of thanks in it when someone opens it. Or number 4, you can play a game in the car as you're driving over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house. You can begin with, I am thankful for, and then fill in the blank. Then pass to another member of the family. Susie, it's your turn, and have her do the same thing. And then Billy, it's your turn, and see how long you can keep it going and let it get silly, because it's important to have fun together. Number 5, as you're taking a walk or hike before or after your huge Thanksgiving meal, just comment to God as you go. Thank you, God, for the bubbling brook. Thank you, God, for the acorns for the squirrels. Thank you, God, that we got to see a deer. Thanks, God, for the sunshine, and so forth and so on. Number 6, you can have a contest of perhaps who can make the longest list of things to be grateful for and give out little prizes. Give prizes for the most unusual or the things people forget most, like the air we breathe or toilet paper. Be creative. Number 7, perhaps even ask the kids to say which of their toys they're most thankful for, and then have a little chat about kids who don't have anyone to buy toys for them, and then maybe resolve to buy a toy together and donate it to Toys for Tots or the Angel Tree or some other group that collects toys for children. And number 8, have talks about how we can show our appreciation to others, like writing notes, sharing toys, saying thank you, or calling someone who can't be with you. Kids can be very creative, so gives them lots of opportunities to speak up and find a way to do whatever they come up with. Don't shoot down even the most far-fetched answers. Just help them know how they might implement their idea. Ask them for suggestions. How might we do that? And you might be surprised. There's lots of ways to jumpstart a grateful heart. These are just a few suggestions, and I'm sure you can think of some more. Kids are very creative, and they like to be asked their opinion. It's a stretching exercise that not only causes them to think, but moves them in a more positive direction. And it bonds the family together and steers the conversation away from stressful topics that might come up around the holidays as you gather with family. This is Mommy Zen wishing you a blessed and gratitude-filled Thanksgiving. Remember the affirmation for today. I find something to be thankful for in every situation. This is Marianne, Clyde. See you next time.
Thanks for listening to the Mommy Zen podcast. For nuggets of encouragement and strength throughout your day, follow Marianne on Twitter at mommy_zen and Facebook at facebook.com/mommyjustbreathe. Also, you can join our mailing list, leave comments, or ask questions by visiting mommy-zen.com.